Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Frank Miller's Ronin Book 2, number 5, the penultimate issue in the 6-issue miniseries by Frank Miller, Phillip Tan, and Daniel Henriquez. Gorgeous cover, as you can see. So that is what we're looking at today. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and let's get right into it. I feel like the screens are really kicking on this issue. Like, they really look good. The Zibatones supplied by Daniel Henriquez. The art is divvied up, created, written, layouts, and edited by Frank Miller, published by Frank Miller Presents, Frank Miller, President and Editor-in-Chief, Dan DiDio, Publisher, Silent Thomas, COO. Like I said, created, written, layouts, and edited by Frank Miller. This is a sequel to Frank Miller's seminal Ronin series from back in the day. Art by Phillip Tan and Daniel Henriquez, lettered by John Workman. Love that. Love John Workman's lettering, even if it is computer generated at this time. But he was always one of my favorite letterers. Really just stood out to me. I think he lettered Alan Davis's Batman and the Outsiders, and that's probably when I fell in love with his lettering. Anyway, so Frank is doing the layouts, and Philip is doing the finishes, and then Daniel Henriquez is doing the Zibatones, the manga screens, whatever. They're all in 2-page, double page spreads. I have to say, I've enjoyed this. It's faced a lot of criticism. When people saw the layouts that Frank was doing for the book, and they were bitching because they wanted, to see more of Frank's art. Even though, it is undeniably gorgeous what Phillip Tan brings to the table, but people wanted Frank's art. And to help with deadlines, Frank did do the art on issue 4, and I loved it. I personally loved it. The good news is he's going to do issue 6. So we have a good mix of both, and we have Frank's layouts all throughout. Arguably Frank's layouts are one of his biggest strengths. He is such an amazing storyteller. But I kind of like the guttural, unrefined style he's going through now. The controversial Marvel covers. But, I am one of the people who has enjoyed Frank Miller's artistic journey, all the eras, and I'm here for all of it. I have to say, though, this feels a little bloated at this point. I'm kind of glad that this is it's almost over. I'm glad we're finishing with a bang with Frank Miller. I low-key hope it's kind of exercised. But there's a lot of sameness throughout, and you know what I mean? I don't think the black and white does that any favors, even though arguably, it's manga, screen tone greatness. This is beautiful, epic in scope, but a lot of the dialogue is sort of when Frank Miller is sort of just pissing into the wind and sort of unintelligibly repeating stuff. Knowing Frank's process, just reading interviews with him over the years, I know that he thinks his story beats in musically and sort of lyrically in a lot of ways. So I think knowing that it does help you sort of get into the proper tone of a Frank Miller comic book if he is going off on one of these kind of tangents. Love this so much, though. Look at the beauty of this page right here. The excellent use of negative space, and just this, is undeniably cinematic in tone. I would honestly love to see the things I would love to see come from this, and I think they all deserve merit. Obviously, I don't know, Frank Miller, I feel, I'm curious to know. I hope this is selling well. I think people want more of Frank. I hope that we get the Frank Miller, Vegas, Sin City that we've been promised and teased and that he's supposedly working on. He's done all these great covers for Marvel, the Wolverine, the Captain America, the Moon Knight, the Daredevil. They are all so on point. I would love to see Frank, I don't know, Todd McFarlane's doing the Spawn cover contest. Where's our Frank Miller Spawn cover? We need that. I don't know. Is it time for Frank to come back to Batman? That would be awesome. I don't know. Artistically, you know what I mean? It's Like, I feel like DK3 fell short because it was missing Frank on a lot of the art, although there was that great Raphael Grandpa stuff. But, you know, whatever. I don't know. I feel like, you know, artists have sort of ebbs and flows, and I feel like Frank is flowing quite fine just right now. I just love a lot of what he is putting out there as far as these covers are concerned. I mean, these layouts are amazing. The art we had on issue 4 of this series was just gave me everything I wanted. So I think that, you know, I pray that that Vegas Sin City is happening, because we did get like a little teaser ad for it and it looked pretty dope. So let's hope, y'all. These screens are amazing. Like, I really think they look cool. I love the whiteness of the paper. Like, it gives it such a, like, very energetic feel. You know what I mean? It's just, like, popping off the page. And Phillip Tan's art is just gorgeous. It's weird, you know what I mean? This is a weird assignment to get us an artist because, you know, like, I mean, who would say no? Like, I mean, obviously, I would foolishly finish Frank Miller's art and be roasted for the rest of my life. But I'd still, who could resist? But I mean, you know, it's just sort of like you're going to get this weird sort of comparison. I don't know. People are going to love it. People are going to hate it. Anyway, you know, I hate when shrapnel goes through your mom. You know, I mean, it's just... I do enjoy this page right here very much. I think artistically it's very beautiful. The story, like I said, it feels like a long way to a punchline. I just feel like it's been this sort of like verbal shouting match, the goddams and the bitches and all that stuff. And I don't know. But once again, beautiful layouts. And see, that's sort of the weird tease of this series, though, is like you can see the Frank Miller layouts and you know they're there. And I don't know. And it's sort of like puts Phillip Tan's beautifully rendered art in the shadow. However, like, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to be negative about it because it is beautiful and I do love it. It's just kind of a weird thing, right? You know, I think with someone like Frank Miller, he's just such an auteur that it's strange. But I mean, if you think about like you know, The Dark Knight Returns, which arguably put Frank on the global map, one would think, you know, that was such a collaboration with Klaus Janson and Lynn Farley. I mean, it arguably was a success. I mean, the coloring alone was so revolutionary, and just the beautiful finishes of Klaus Janson. I don't know, but I mean, who's to say? You know, Frank as a solo act or with collaboration is just as good. But this is heavy-handed. You know what I mean? It takes away from the purity of Frank's art, but it's beautifully finished art at the same time. So I will take it. Trust me, it's better than no Frank Miller at all. And here we get to the, like, luckily they've been sharing beautiful layouts in the back, and, you know, that's what we need in, like, a definitive edition, is, like, all the layouts by Frank. Just give it all to us. We need it. We'll pay for it. I promise you. There's an audience for it. I mean, look, that is like pure Frank right there. That is what everybody wants. Oh, it's so beautiful. Anyway, one more issue left, Miller Enriquez. So Miller will be doing the art, and then Enriquez will be doing the screen tones. And I think that worked out pretty well. That cover looks beautiful. It really does. I like props to Phillip Tan for doing an amazing job on this. Looking forward to the finale. Anyway, what do you guys think of this? Like, bring on the Sin City Vegas, right? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will bring you more soon.